Hey guys, I'm so excited. I finally get to make this video for you, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about my journey with dōTERRA. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because I have friends that have known me for years and know that I've always been like, I will never do business. I want to talk to those people, but then I also want to talk to people that are interested in dōTERRA and why I'm doing this and I'm choosing to stay at home and work from home. So if you're interested in seeing my story, please keep watching because it's going to be a good one. So how I got started with dōTERRA, I actually have always been really interested in natural solutions. Like growing up, my family never really took me to the doctor really. I kind of started going to the doctor when I moved out. And so I was like almost always go to the doctor. I was like, I'm sick with this, let's go to the doctor, you know? And the thing with that is that I never really was confident in what they were offering me. And sometimes I don't feel like they checked me enough to really be able to come to that. But I mean, they study, so I mean, I'm not dishonoring them at all. That was just my personal preference. So here I am years later studying health, wellness, natural solutions, and now I'm starting to figure out why I felt that way before. And the thing is that natural solutions are what God created and pharmaceuticals are man-made. In Ezekiel 42 it says, and the leaves will be for their healing. And so I just lock into that. I'm like, yes, their leaves will be for their healing. So I'm like, okay, so then that means that there's something in nature for our healing. That's what I stand on when I use essential oils. So with my essential oil journey, as I said, I've always loved natural solutions, but when I was working at a company, I had to do a lot of research on essential oils. And so I had a lot of background of what's good for what, and that helped because I had some sort of knowledge. With dōTERRA, I just knew that they were a really good brand. I didn't know much detail about them. I just heard whenever people would talk about dōTERRA, they're like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff. And so when I was dropping my son off at my friend's house, Vero, she had dōTERRA, and so she would always use oils on her kids. And so I was like, hey, use oils on Josiah, go for it, because I'm thinking good quality, yes please. So she started using oils on him and stuff like that. And my son had really bad eczema, and his wrists were literally changing color. You could see blood, TMI, cherry red blood. And it used to be so sad because he legit would be at night crying. This started at 18 months. So he's crying and saying, mommy, daddy, itchy, 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 mommy, daddy, lotion. It was the saddest thing ever. And so we were trying to find solutions that would work for him, and there's nothing. We couldn't find anything. We had friends that would bless us with different natural solutions, balms and stuff like that, but they weren't working in the capacity that we needed them to. And I was running away from using the steroid cream that the doctors give you, because I know A, we all know steroids is not good for you, and B, he's not even 2 years old yet. And so we really didn't want to use that lotion, but it got to the point where nothing was working and we're just out of it. We just had no idea what to do, and I kind of just gave in, because that's what happens sometimes, right? When we have natural solutions out there that aren't working, we're just forget it, let's just go for the pharmaceuticals because we know they work. And so that's kind of where I got to. And so I did use a lotion, and his skin started changing color, his pigment was shifting, and we're like, I don't want this. I don't want him to have different pigments because of lotion that's supposed to make him better. And I'm like, I'm not happy with that side effect. And so I talked to Vera. I was like, hey, do you have anything that could work for his eczema? And she's like, yeah, there's tea tree oil. And so she gave me a bottle of her tea tree oil, and I mixed it with some coconut oil, and I started putting it on his skin. Just that. I was like, I'm done with everything else, putting them aside, trying one thing. So I just tried tea tree oil and coconut oil, and it started working. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We were so excited because finally his skin's getting better. And then I was pregnant with our daughter, Micah. She's 8 months old now. But I'm like, hey, oh, I have such a hard time sleeping at night, and I have indigestion and blah, blah. And so she was like, hey, I have peppermint, you can use your back. And I'm like, yeah, I already used peppermint oil, because as I said, I've used other essential oils. I'm like, yeah, I used peppermint oil, it didn't really work. I was literally dumping it on my back. And she's like, try this one. It was just like a little sample vial, and she was like, try this one, you know, see if it works. And sure enough, it worked within minutes. Like, I was sleeping like a baby. It was the best feeling ever. And I was like, okay, there's something true about what they have in these bottles. My third experience with dōTERRA was me having indigestion. So I was leaving Vera's house, gonna go pick up my husband. I told her like, oh, my stomach's kind of hurting. So anyways, she gave me some Digestion to try, and I was like, woohoo, more oils. And so she gave me that, and she gave me some little like veggie caps so that I can just put the drops in there and then take it internally. I used Digestion, and like within 15 minutes my tummy was completely back to normal, and I was like, this is great, this is good stuff, this is quality right here. After that happened, my husband started talking to me about just business, and as I said, some of my friends might remember me saying like, I would never do business, I'll always support the business owner, I'll never be the business owner. So my husband said to me one day, like, Chantal, I really feel like there's something in this that you got to process with the Lord, because there could be something in here for you, you know, and the enemy might be trying to steal that away from you by making you believe that you're not called to this. And so he asked me, you know, can you talk to God about it? I'm like, okay, I will. I did, and as I was talking to God, God was just showing me about just fear of risk and fear of failure. I just, processed that with God, and I was like, okay, take my fear of failure, fear of risk. And that was just in my mind. That wasn't even like I was ready to jump on board dōTERRA. That was just like fixing that area of my heart when it came to business. I mentioned to my husband, I was like, hey, I've been talking to God about dōTERRA, leaving it there, not discussing it, just letting you know, and so he's like, okay. And then a couple days later, I spoke to Vero, and Vero was like, hey, you know, let this fall to the floor if this is not God. But I was talking to God about my business, and you crossed my heart, and so I'm wondering if you're interested in dōTERRA. And I was like, funny you should say that. I told her, I was like, yeah, God's been talking to me about it. So that's where I got started. I just want to encourage you guys to really jump on board with me. I would love to share my stories with you. Come to my classes, hear my stories, you know, get the knowledge that you need to make, you know, really important decisions when it comes to your health care. If you know me or my husband, you'll know that we absolutely love to do things as integrally as possible. And so for me, even being a part of a business, that matters to me. And so I wouldn't be here if I didn't find that they were an integral company. Now, the other side of it is money, right? And so I'm here with dōTERRA, and I do make money. Yay, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. And I'm making money with dōTERRA because I believe in what I'm doing. I'm passionate about it, and I get to make money. And so that's my part that I get to play with dōTERRA, is I get to educate people and let people know how important essential oils are to our health and how we can use them to equip our bodies to do better. I'm just so excited to share this journey with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to come to a class, I host one every single week, and you can always come out. It's usually Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. at my place. You can host one at your place, and I usually will come and I'll bring you a gift as well for hosting. And I'm just really excited to get to educate people on how to be empowered to live this life holistically well and filled with health. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.